This is 7 National News, and in our top story, the Crown Prince of Abu Dhabi and Deputy Supreme Commander of the UAE Armed Forces. His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan met with the custodian of the two holy mosques, King Salman bin Abdulaziz Al Saud of Saudi Arabia, at his residence in Tangier on Sunday. During the meeting, His Highness Sheikh Mohammed and the King of Saudi Arabia exchanged cordial talks and reviewed the fraternal relations between the two countries, as well as the latest developments in the region. The meeting was also attended by a number of high-ranking officials from the UAE, including His Highness Sheikh Mansour bin Zayed Al Nahyan, the Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Presidential Affairs, and His Highness Sheikh Hazza bin Zayed Al Nahyan, the Deputy Chairman of the Abu Dhabi Executive Council. After the meeting, His Highness Sheikh Mohammed attended a banquet hosted by King Salman at his residence. The UAE Space Agency will be hosting the Inaugural Global Space Congress in Abu Dhabi under the patronage of His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, the UAE Vice President, Prime Minister and ruler of Dubai. As investments from the UAE in the space sector surpass 20 billion dirhams, the UAE Space Agency continues with its drive towards developing international connections and increasing knowledge transfer within the industry. According to a report released by Emirates news agency WAM, the Global Space Congress, which will take place from the 31st of January to the 1st of February next year over in the capital, will be a significant global platform for emerging space programs to connect, collaborate and engage with the international space business community. Commenting on the Congress, Dr. Khalifa Al-Ramaithi, the chairman of the UAE Space Agency, stated that the Global Space Congress has developed as an evolution from the Global Space and Satellite Forum, which has been held in the UAE in previous years. He added that the Global Space Congress is central to the UAE Space Agency market development and outreach initiatives. The UAE Space Agency recently signed major MOUs with a number of international players, including space agencies in the UK, France, Italy, Russia, China, India and Japan. Expats who owe traffic fines could soon find it more difficult to leave the UAE if new recommendations are adopted. The proposal recommended at a recent meeting with the Federal Traffic Council could see charges owed by foreigners linked to passport control desks at departure areas in airports, road checkpoints and seaports, and would see expats who owe traffic fines stopped at the point of departure, whether they are leaving the country permanently or temporarily. That's according to local reports. If the recommendation was approved, smart devices and ATMs would be installed to make the payment of fine easier for passengers. That's according to Major General Mohammed Saif Al-Zafin, who is the director of the council. Other recommendations tabled at the council included a requirement for drivers to disclose in writing any illnesses that could affect their ability to drive. It was also suggested that authorities could give names of people suffering from diseases that may hinder driving to the licensing authorities. Property owners and real estate management are being urged to provide one free car park space for every tenant. Each tenant has the right to one free parking space in the garage of his or her building as per Law number 18 of 2009. That's according to Mawakif, which regulates and monitors the distribution of parking spaces in private buildings. Under the law, the number of parking spaces required per building is based on the number of square meters in each building. If there are not enough parking spaces for each tenant, priority goes to the apartments with the most bedrooms. After that, parking spaces are gradually distributed to the smaller apartments. If all the units in a building have the same number of bedrooms, priority goes to families that have been living in the building for a longer period of time. In buildings that combine residential and commercial space, the law says that residential needs must come first. In commercial buildings, free parking spaces will be distributed to tenants and owners of commercial establishments based on the number of meters in the building. The UAE Ministry of Health and Prevention has announced the launch of an awareness campaign focusing on the health and safety of Hajj pilgrims, while also offering advice on preventative measures and recommended immunizations required for pilgrims. At a press conference held in Dubai today, officials representing the Ministry of Health and Prevention, the Health Authority Abu Dhabi and the Dubai Health Authority revealed that the awareness campaign this year focuses exclusively on the well-being of pilgrims, especially the elderly, as they are more prone to develop health-related problems during Hajj. As a part of their campaign, the ministry has also announced the establishment of a joint team in cooperation with the local health authorities and healthcare professionals, with the aim of offering pilgrims advice on recommended preventative measures related to heat exhaustion, awareness about healthy foods, and the availability of essential vaccinations against meningitis and seasonal influenza, among other health risks. While strictly urging Hajj pilgrims to take the recommended vaccines, authorities highlighted that all vaccines should be taken 15 days prior to their travel date, so as to ensure its effectiveness. The Saudi Ministry of Health has specifically recommended meningococcal as a prerequisite for all Hajj and Umrah pilgrims before entering the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Authorities have urged people doing Hajj this year to register for vaccinations quickly and to avoid a last-minute rush.
We are recommended especially for elderly people to, if they are especially suffering from disease like this, we recommended them to not go, but if they consist to go, it's okay, but we are giving some special recommendations, health recommendations for them to take care and how to do the practice, what is the healthy practice to do during the Hajj, and alhamdulillah that there is health team for each campaign, so inshallah everything will be okay.
This is most important, that to prepare the person, the Hajj people before is going to Hajj, because maybe he is having a chronic diseases, maybe he is having something which he don't know, that he should move to it and how to guide them. Even also the shots, it depend. The mandatory one by Saudi Arabia, it's meningococcal vaccine, but we recommended as Saudi Arabia the flu shot and pneumococcal for the chronic diseases people and elderly. But some kind of, also some persons, they have some diseases which like hidden, and it's between the doctors and this thing. He advised them how to take care.
In Abu Dhabi, we had assigned around 41 different clinics across the Emirate of Abu Dhabi, including Eastern, Western, and the city of Abu Dhabi and the Middle region, to ensure that people have good access to the health advices they need before Hajj season, and also they should get the vaccines needed for Hajj for this year. There have been a lot of preparations. The circular was issued to all healthcare facilities just a couple of weeks back to advise them again about what are the recommendations for Hajj for this year.
The Ministry of Human Resources and Emiratization has denied issuing a new labour law on annual vacation. That's according to local reports. A post shared on Facebook over 2,500 times, titled UAE Annual Vacation New Rules 2016, has been doing the rounds on social media and was published on July the 30th, giving answers to general inquiries about the new law. The Ministry of Human Resources and Emiratization denied issuing the laws and has reminded social media users not to rely on unverified news sources for official information. The ministry added that for announcements to please reach out to the ministry's offices, experts in labour offices and the ministry's official website. Residents can also download the ministry's app to stay updated about labour announcements and information. The last decree the ministry issued was to ensure employees received their full wages within a period not exceeding 10 days from the registered due date in the wage protection system. And finally, looking to other news now, on a nail-biting final day in the Extreme Sailing Series over in Hamburg, the Oman Air team has outmanoeuvred their closest rival, Alingi, to snatch a victory by 1 point. Running over 10 months, the series, which is now in its 10th season, began in Muscat in March and will see its conclusion in December over in Australia. The award-winning global series visits 8 urban venues spanning 3 continents, bringing the action to the public with stadium sailing that puts spectators at the heart of the action. The light air's forecast turned into a frustrating reality for the fleet, who kept focused with 3 exhibition races with no points on offer. Eventually, race officers were able to lay a course in the busy River Elbe for the final double points decider. Oman Air, waiting for the breeze, ended in a breathless victory for which earned them their 3rd act win of the 2016 series. Taking 3rd position on the final race day was the Red Bull Racing team, followed by the SAP Extreme Sailing team and China 1 rounding out the top 5. The series will now move to St. Petersburg in Russia in September. With Oman Air's victory, they have maintained their place at the top of the series leaderboard on 47 points, ahead of Red Bull with 42 points and Alinghi on 41.
Halfway through the season, for our team on Oman Air to win here in Hamburg, Germany, is a great feeling. Gets us a big leg up moving forward, and it was a good event. Hamburg put on a good show. A challenging venue, you know. I think probably the whole event, and especially today, you know, we felt the pressure of waiting for a race, knowing that eventually the wind would come and the patience would prevail, and Phil would get a good race, which he did. He did a good job. The start got a little tricky, and you know, we had the pressure of knowing if Alinghi had 3 boats between us, they'd beat us. So we had some different strategies, and the way the wind just kind of came and went, just put us in an awkward position at the start. I made a poor choice. We went after them. They were able to use the shore as sort of protection. They slipped by, and they got a nice wind shift, and there they were. They had 3 boats in between us for the whole race.
Well, so happy, so proud. Final day in Hamburg here. So it was very tough last day. Just one race, a new luck actually, and I think we're just waiting for some more breeze and waiting whole day. But the race officer just said they confirmed for one final race, and we tried to just stay with Alinghi a little bit here, but we tried to all the best, and it was very hard race. But the final, we won the event, and we're so happy so far.